This is a collection of games for Mario's 35th anniversary. It comes with 3 titles, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine and Mario Galaxy. It doesn't come with Galaxy 2 for some reason. Other than that, this game serves as a milestone for Nintendo with their most popular game franchise. We are going to go over the main points for it, starting with the most important, gameplay. Before we talk about gameplay, I haven't even introduced myself yet. Why, I am afrobears. That's why I'm in Twitter world, that's why I'm in the YouTube world. That's saying when I'm gaming as well. So, that's me. But, right, back to it. So, the gameplay in Mario All-Stars, it's just as fun as it was back then when you first played these games for the very first time. Like, either if it was 64, Sunshine or Galaxy on their respective platforms. They all control, well, really well, as you want them to. They all respond better, suppose, if that's the right word for it. But since there's 3 games we've got to cover, we're gonna go through one at a time. Starting with Mario 64. The abilities what Mario can do, well, what you can make him do, he can punch, he can kick, he can long jump, and he can dive. There are also hidden caps you can unlock during the game. Like, you have the wing cap, for example, which allows him to fly around. Like, it's got airplane control, so you have to kind of go all the way down just to go up. So kind of like Super Mario World if you really think about it. There are other hats in the game, like there's a metal cap which makes you invincible and you can go underwater, and we have the invisible cap which lets you go through bars, and that's it. That's all it does.
We're going to be moving on to Mario Sunshine next, but in case you don't know who I am WhiteKitsu. You may know my name on Twitter if you do follow me, which you probably don't. And I'm also responsible for the artwork you see in this video. And I play Mario quite a bit myself. So to start off with, we talk about Mario Sunshine. Mario still retains some of his skills like wall jumping, diving, yeah. But he somehow forgot to punch and kick. I mean, what? To make up for this, Mario has a gadget from EGAD called Flat. With this gadget, Mario can clean up ink, or dirt, to reveal blue coins and defeat enemies. Flood comes equipped with a hover nozzle, which can lift Mario temporarily to get over gaps, or to get some extra height, like when you're wall jumping or you do a spin jump. There are also 2 additional nozzles. One which is the rocket nozzle, which launches Mario into the sky. The other one's a jet where Mario can knock down certain doors, zip around the level, run on water, and break his face on a wall. There are movements in Mario Sunshine where this Shadow Dick, or Shadow Mario, or whatever you want to bloody well call him, it will steal FLUDD away from you. And then you have to complete the bonus stage without it. For these parts, you better bring your Mario 64 skills with ya, because you're gonna fall a lot. Lastly, Super Mario Galaxy, personal favourite. Since FLUDD doesn't exist and Mario can now spin, thanks to this Luma, Mario has to use these stars to launch himself to reach other planetoids. Because, well, you're stuck on a planet, you gotta bend to the rules, you know? You can throw star bits at enemies to stun them, making it a bit easier to kick them around to get more star bits. Or you can use them on hungry Lumas if you save them up, and you can unlock new planetoids to go to, or new galaxies even. Then there's also the motion controls, which you're forced to use. Yeah, in Mario Galaxy, the original you had to play with a nunchuck and a Wiimote. But you can't do that on the Switch. You can't even play it with a Pro Controller or a GameCube controller. And be wary about your Joy-Con drift if you have it. I would recommend you buy a new pair if that's the case. If you are playing this game in portable mode, you can also lash into blue stars by just touching them. So it's a bit like you're playing a DS game or something.
Right, so there we have it. We got 3 different games that gives the player different abilities to play around with. Next, we need to talk about the graphics. pretty much the graphics are the exact same as you remember, I think, from back then. So, in hindsight, really, this is just a HD collection. Like, you know, from the PS3/360 era. Like, with games like Metal Gear Solid, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper. Personally, for me, I was expecting something more like, I don't know, the Crash Insane trilogy or the Spyro Reignited trilogy. So, I guess it's my fault for expecting something like those collections to happen, like for us to get them types of collections, because we've been getting them recently, like with Resident Evil. Not exactly a collection, but it kind of had the same principle. It's a remake, you know? Anywho, aside from that, the games are all in sort of full screen. Well, okay, they're full screen, should I say. But not Mario 64. No. Mario 64, the gameplay window, should I say, is in 4:3. You know, just like what it was originally. So to compensate, to make it appear full screen, they just put some black borders around the side. And it's like, okay, that makes the screen bigger, but they seriously couldn't make it full screen. There's people who make mods for Mario 64 on PC that already done that. So I don't know what Nintendo were doing. So aside from that, there is a noticeable change in these games. For example, the HUD, it looks more cleaner, and the text is more easier to read from whether you're reading signposts or when a character's talking to you. This definitely can be seen, especially in Mario 64. Sunshine and Galaxy, they still alright for it. But here's a bit of a pet peeve. If they could make the HUD and the text more crisp and make you know, easier to read as well, then how come that plaque that's in the fountain on Mario 64, how come that's still blurry? Like, they couldn't make that readable? Also, just throwing this out there, just to let you know, this game runs at 30 frames per second, which is not bad. I mean, if it were running at 60, it would just be too quick. So, that's pretty much for the graphics. I mean, you can see for yourself. But up next is the story and the characters. I mean, come on, it's Mario, so you don't expect too much story or character.
The story is just as basic as it comes when it comes to Mario. It's heroic guy rescuing princess from dragon. In this case, they're all named. We'll start with Mario 64. Mario was invited because cake from the princess and a letter. But Bowser happened to have his own way with her by sealing her in the castle, alongside all his minions and all the other creatures inside the paintings of the walls. Moving on to Sunshine, Mario was framed by Bowser Jr. Spoilers alert. Mario goes on holiday with Peach and Toadsworth, the new character, by the way, alongside a bunch of Toads, the mushroom guys. Mario cleans up the gunk on Isle Delfino, and then the cops come and take him, because apparently he looked like the shadow that they think, oh, he ruined our island, get him in jail. Mario starts being the janitor of Isle Delfino. Gotta clean everything up and pick up the shine sprites. Mario Galaxy involved Mario waltzing his way to the castle because he was invited because of the Star Festival. It's raining stars from the sky. Bowser shows up, shocker, and kidnaps Peach because he's going to be making his own galaxy in the center of the universe. Now, this is here where we meet Rosalina, who is, let's be honest, the internet's waifu of Mario for the most part. And she assists Mario with the Cosmic Space Observatory thing. And Mario flies around picking up grand stars and stars so he can go and rescue Princess Peach. The games are all full of characters that are all colourful, like Toads, Pinatas, and Lumas. They're all colourful, just like all Mario games are. There is Luigi in there somewhere. There, you gotta find him first. In Galaxy 1. He's not in the other two, sadly. Now, to the last bit of this thing. It is now the audio.
These 3 titles have some iconic songs from its soundtracks. There are some really great ones to listen to. There are some other ones that you just skip because they're not memorable. But good news for everyone, you can access all 3 soundtracks on the main menu and just listen to all the tracks individually. Or you could just go on YouTube. Now, if I had to describe the sounds, like the soundtrack in a way, I would say the words for 64 is bouncy and upbeat. I don't know, that's what I get. Sunshine is more tropical, like you're on holiday or vacation for you foreigners. Like that's sort of vibe I get. And Galaxy, whatever space sounds like to people, I suppose. I like the orchestra soundtrack in there, it's great. There's just one complaint I gotta say though. They could at least uncompress the music from Mario 64, like, you know, if you got the 64 soundtrack next to Galaxy and Sunshine, it's like, ugh, you know what I mean? That's just me though. Also, these games have very little voice acting. At the end of the day, I would say this collection, for 3 amazing titles from Mario Pass, it's always going to be a joy to play, no matter what you're doing. But I am still on the fence with the price of it, and the fact I was expecting too much from this collection. Especially nowadays, because, like I mentioned before with Crash and Spyro, I wish we got them instead. But, I mean, I bet all you people were probably thinking it as well. You know, if Nintendo hired just a small team or something to remake the 3 original games and give them the proper remaster that they deserved, I think that it would have been, you know, higher in the ratings. Like we're talking about maybe like 9s or 10s, even, just for that on its own. At the end, I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. Why did I get this rating? Well, mainly because you get 3 amazing games to play for the price of 1, and you can play them portably, which is great for a Switch. Now I'll hand you to WhiteKitsu because his rating's a little bit different than mine.
What can I say about 3D All-Stars? It plays and feels like the past, but now on a newer console. And it really shows. Nintendo fans just really don't demand more for their games. The only max I've ever seen Nintendo do is what they did with Star Fox 3D on the 3DS. That was just a slight graphical update and uncompressed the audio, which this didn't do. I wanted a bit more effort from Nintendo in this. It shows they're just lazy. It's a bit of a waste of money if you own all 3 of them on previous consoles like I do. And if you got them all on a Wii, you can play them all there. But I will say, it's fine if you've never played these games before buying this. But it's a really big ask from Nintendo. But who hasn't played Mario? Sony fanboys? It may have some point issues as well, because there are some times where the controls are a bit unresponsive. It's just disappointing to me. I give it a 4 out of 10. Mostly on the basis I just expected a bit more from this. And this is just lazy.
Well, what we're saying, what we can agree on, is that this is going to give you the same experience, or new experience if you've never played these games before. But you can take it with you wherever you go, which is great. But what you're doing really is paying, you know, full price. We're talking over here £50. And well, that's how much I got this game for emulators and ROMs with slight changes. Whereas with something like, you know, the Crash Insane trilogy, That gives you 3 games that are all built from the ground up for £35. So, using my rating and using Kitsu's rating, we're gonna say it's a 5 out of 10 overall. And I think that's a fair enough review for it. I don't think it deserves to be really low, but I don't think it deserves to be really high, considering it's just a port. So yeah, that is our review for Mario All-Stars. Take it what you will. You know, all I ask is you share your opinions below in the comments, or, you know, and also respect our opinions. Don't just hate us just because we didn't like your favourite game.
We're being as honest as possible.
Yeah, we are. We're being as honest as possible. So, we'll see you in the next video and we'll say what it is. Oh, I forgot. It's what every YouTuber does. Like or dislike, I don't mind.
Got the viewers away.
And subscribe, comment. If you want to hear, well, I guess not hear, but see more content from us, follow us on our Twitter, which will be at the end of the video and also in the description below. So, take care and enjoy your Mario.